Hey everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing, well, not not quite playing. We are talking about Infinite Magicraid, Eternal Evolution, maybe some other games too. For today's video, I want to discuss kind of just take a chill start to the new year and talk about the games I'm playing, what I like. Am I gonna quit any of them? Am I gonna refocus? Maybe some games I used to play, maybe we check them out again, or maybe there's some new games that I'm curious about. I kind of want to have a little bit of discussion around my channels, around the gaming, and just, yeah, have a chat and catch you guys up with my thoughts on the games I've been playing so far, including my transition as I've chose to focus other games over Raid Shadow Legends, right? That's something to think about as well. So for the start here, let's start talking Infinite Magicraid. That's this channel that I'm posting on right now. This was my main YouTube channel. So I have been posting pretty much daily, rarely not like yesterday. But yeah, I post daily for Infinite Magicraid, and I am still loving this game. Like, if people ask me what's my favorite game that you're playing or you've played, right now I really still say Infinite Magicraid. I'm really enjoying it. We could talk about the state of the game a little bit, though, to be honest, because you guys, if you haven't played Infinite Magicraid, or maybe you're debating about quitting it or whatever, I kind of want to give my thoughts on the state of the game and where I see it going, and what are my thoughts for as far as my personal taste and enjoyment right now. So right now, I mean, they've been doing a lot of updates, right? They always do these great events like the one here in the background where you could have a raid up, but they're doing lots of really nice holiday events, although they kind of botched one of the holiday events, right, guys? Not gonna lie, they really botched that. Not good. They did an event where Santa Nicholas could be pulled only through one of the hardest summoning shards to get in the game, right? And now he is probably the top tier arena hero. So endgame players, it's kind of like one of those divides, right? Like when Raid Shadow Legends introduced empowerment or something, and it just like broke the game, or Stone Skin, it broke the game. It's kind of like that. He kind of is considered breaking the game. There's a few opinions that seem to disagree, but for the most part, it's really hard and takes very specific things to counter a high-level exclusive Santa, right? So that's one of those, I wish they didn't go about it the way they did, or I wish they would allow us to use Legend Phantom Dragon Eyes on our limited time heroes for exclusives, then it makes it worthy in the end, you know? But other than that, I mean, okay, the other negative, let's just say the negatives first. Let's get that out of the way. The other negative with this game has been always the food issue. But besides that, as far as how fast you can build your heroes, as far as that, it's really just the new dungeons added. It's already extremely hard to beat like stage 26 and higher on these dungeons. So to be at a farm gear to actually make your heroes better, which have terrible drop rates, very, very low chances of getting a legendary 6-star gear on the highest level of dungeons as it is. They added new dungeons in that are literally impossible. So that's been a nah part. I mean, not literally impossible, but extremely selective on who can compete them. But I think at the end of the day, this game is still very young. I know people have short attention spans with these games, which maybe I want to feed into a little bit myself intentionally, because maybe I do as well. But I think at the end of the day, it's a young game, and I think people kind of forget. Like, a lot of these people played during beta, and they kept playing their accounts, or they started day one of launch, and they really pushed hard because they knew what they were doing, because they played beta, and maybe some of the complaints from beta didn't transfer. But at the end of the day, it's I don't know. I don't think the game should be easily able to get to the end game that fast. I still really feel that. I know people move on to other games when they get bored or feel stuck, But don't you want a goal? Like, shouldn't it feel impossible for a while? It's only been out since, what was the launch? September? And there's a really hard style, like Faction Wars style, Faction Abyss here. And getting that hero that goes along with it's very difficult. Good. Let it be difficult. I want something to work toward, right? I don't want to be literally handed everything in the end game within 1 month of playing the game. Then what? Then what do? You just move on and play another game because you're bored. If any game's going to have longevity, it has to have longer term end goals, I really believe. And I think this game in particular is doing okay with that. I kind of like that it's hard to level up our heroes. I know that's weird to say, but I kind of like that. The biggest complaint is food, and I really see it. I do. Like, there are so many things, yes, especially as a content creator, I want to try. I want to make a poison team. I want to make a bleed team. I want to make an HP burn team. I want to try out epic heroes and see if they can hang with the big boys to 3-star campaign. Like, I want to try all those things, right? But it's really slow progress. But if I could just complete everything so quickly, I don't know that I would find it fun. It would be just, if there was no progression of goals and everything, like, you would just do your dailies and close the game every day, right? Or arena, okay, arena's resetting, let's push to see if we can get in the top level arena. That's about it, right? At the end of the day, if once you can complete all the content, it's just temporary events to get new heroes and do your dailies, then what? I don't want it to feel like Raid Shadow Legends already. I played that game for 3 years. After playing something for 3 years, yeah, it should feel that way, right? But this game is 3 months old, not 3 years old. So personally, I'm actually, honestly, yeah, I'm okay with Infinite Magicraid. Now, I am seeing a huge downtrend in views, in overall interests, although I see an uptrend as well. Every single time I stream on Twitch, I get at least 2 or 3 new people playing along with me that are like, okay, you got me, I'm trying it out. And every single time they're like, oh, I love this game so much. Oh my gosh, it's my main game now, screw Raid, or something. It's really great to see that. But unfortunately, views are low, so will it always be the focus of this main YouTube channel? Probably not. But do I plan to keep playing it for now? Yes, I do. I honestly do. I'm enjoying the process so far, and unless the community really disappears, I'm still playing. And speaking of, well, YouTubes and trending and views, my Eternal Evolution YouTube channel has actually become my main. So my 11,000 subscriber Infinite Magicraid channel is kind of transitioning to be my alt, like an alt account. It's transitioning to be my side YouTube, where my Eternal Evolution is actually now the main focus for me. Personally, I still would say I enjoy Infinite Magicraid the most, but Eternal Evolution is going really well. People enjoy it overall, honestly. It's like the community still really loves the game. It's got nice graphics. Their events were amazing. Now they did a Christmas event, right? Raid, Shadow Legends, Infinite Magicraid, and probably a ton of other games need to take some notes for how well they did their Christmas events. So yeah, I just had to kind of give a little bit of love there. So when it comes to the IMR YouTube that this video is posted on, don't be surprised if you see more games, guys. I'm not gonna quit IMR unless they really, really could tell it's just a huge down in the community and people just really give up. But I'm not giving up yet. I still enjoy it fully. But I might eventually focus more on and trying new games. I think that's one of the fun parts. In Eternal Evolution, Infinite Magicraid are games that I found through sponsorships. I did not intend to play either one of them. Now, after the sponsorship was over, I wanted to keep playing, and that's what ended up happening. So, like, no payment, just YouTube's sake, right? Which isn't much, to be honest. I've been continuing to play the games because I genuinely liked them. And that's what's happened a lot. Like I do have a lot of sponsorships in the works. So on that topic, I want to take a moment and remind you guys, or hope you guys can appreciate and understand that I am a 100% full-time content creator. This is now my only source of income. When I moved to Romania, I decided to stop all photography because, well, my main source was the actual physical studio in New Jersey, for one. And I wasn't really doing family stuff and portraits and that stuff and weddings that often. I didn't really enjoy it, honestly. So that became a giant chunk of income that I no longer had. But it enabled me to focus the gaming even more. So along with focusing gaming and having a YouTube channel and streaming a couple nights on Twitch, which is like, to be honest, Twitch is something I should cut out. It's not worth it financially for the time invested, but it's my favorite thing to do, right? It's so fun. I like to hang out, have a beer, have a laugh, as I always say, and just enjoy like getting to know the community members and feel like you're making friends. And Twitch is what literally changed my life, honestly. So even if Twitch is just like, even if I play a game that becomes my favorite game in the whole world that gets 10 views while my stream, I don't care. I'm still going to do Twitch probably just because I really like the interactive aspects. But I haven't had any sponsorships for Twitch in a long while. I do have one game I'm going to be playing on Twitch this week, actually, guys. I should give a little heads up there. I do have a game from Wednesday and Friday. After I play some Eternal Evolution and some Infinite Magicraid, I'm going to shift to another game to kind of recheck it out, see what's changed, and announce some really, really big collaborations and some excitement. So stay tuned for that as well. So speaking of, there's just so much. I really hope you guys can be flexible and understand when I do take sponsorships as well. That's just one thing. Sorry, I almost went on a tangent. But yeah, sponsorships. I am going to take sponsorships. I am going to try games that maybe be meh to some people, but I'm going to try them anyway because why not? But I am trying to I want you guys to know that I am selective with my sponsorships. I've gotten so many that I've turned down because I'm like, that game doesn't fit like anything I would even honestly play at all. And I want to be genuine with my reactions. I don't want to, when I'm doing a sponsorship, if there's a script and it is what it is. But for the most part, we usually do get plenty of flexibility to be open and honest with our opinion. Like, I'm going to say the things that I like about a game. Sure, there could be a bunch of other bad things that we're going to try not to hold on to, but I'm going to try to be positive and point out the good things I see when I play a new game as well. So I kind of really like the idea of continuing to get new game sponsorships, checking out new games. Plus, it's for me as a YouTube. I want this YouTube to become a little more flexible than only Infinite Magicraid. I want to be able to show off new games I'm playing and trying out and just see, maybe it's something you guys would like if you're deciding to quit. What are the games that you're playing, right? Like, we're not always going to play Raid Shadow Legends forever or Infinite Magicraid or Eternal Evolution forever. So that's one thing to think about. But yeah, so this is the other channel of mine is the Eternal Evolution channel. This one I am going to try to keep focused on Eternal Evolution, but you might see some sponsorships pop up there as well. Mixed in, integrated, depending on the game and the vibe or the deal. I also have this main channel here. This one I do want to keep daily posting still for Infinite Magicraid for now, but depending on sponsored videos in the future, I might integrate other things in as well, or this channel might change completely. This one could change 100% and have zero focus on Infinite Magicraid, depending on how things go or how interest comes for new games coming out. Also, Yankee in Transylvania here. This I am trying to post every Tuesday now. I did skip for the holiday, but after the puppy life, the last one, I want to start posting every week about my little life here. And speaking of my life here, Odd One Gaming, make sure you guys are subbed to his main Raid Shadow Legends YouTube channel. That's my husband, if you didn't already know that. We met because of Twitch and Raid Shadow Legends, and he's trying to get his channel to 8,000 subscribers. He's also playing Infinite Magicraid, like this channel that you're watching right now is based on, so make sure you're following him there too. He has a little baby channel where he's playing Infinite Magicraid. He also has played Eternal Evolution, and he will also be continuing to check out new games with sponsorships. Speaking of games and stuff that we've been playing, and sponsorships and whatnot, I actually want to give some nods to some games I used to play, right? Maybe I've heard some interesting things about Awaken Chaos Era lately, and I know that they're trying to really ramp up stuff, make some changes, and they have a really cool collaboration happening right now. But this is a game you might see me checking out. on my Twitch and my YouTube. We'll see. Checking it out again, I should say, because I used to play it very actively. When I quit playing Ace, I still loved it at the time. I just didn't have time because of Raid Shadow Legends. But I really loved Awakened Chaos Era at the time I was quitting it, unfortunately. But I don't know if I'm going to play it forever, but we'll see. I'm going to check it out. There's been so many little games like this. I know it sounds so... This is cheesy looking, right? It's cutesy, whatever. But I used to play Konosuba Fantastic Days. I kind of like these little cutesy idle RPGs. They have... I mean, this part of the actual in-game graphics are super cheesy. But I kind of like the animations. I like the other art that goes along with it. And I like the story. Like, this is based on the anime Konosuba. Like, this is Konosuba Fantastic Days was this game. I loved it. I really enjoyed this as a side game. It was quick to play. And I still liked a little bit of flexibility with building your heroes. And it was fun. And I liked that. It actually made me want to watch the anime itself. Like, I actually played the game before I watched the anime. So that was something really different for me. And now I've started to I never used to like anime, and now I've kind of broadened my interests, and now I kind of like it. I've actually, with Odd One Gaming, we've been watching One Piece. We're on 1,000 episodes. We're already hit. And this new amazing game is coming out, One Piece Odyssey. Like, I am really excited about this because, and I didn't realize there's another one too called like World Watcher that has the same vibe. They're console games like with PlayStation and Xbox, I believe, but also on Steam. It is going to be coming to PC for Steam. So this is a game that I might play purely just for my own entertainment and enjoyment, and not in the sense of I'm on Twitch and I'm distracted. Like, this is something I'd want to slowly play, enjoy it, hear the music maybe, and just possibly record gameplay, I guess I would say. I could do little reviews talking about what I thought about the game for that day of gameplay at the end, but I feel like this is something I could just want to do for enjoyment. There's so many games I've wanted to play, but I just don't have time to play. But there's always has to be that thought of content creation now, because gaming became my job. So it's hard when something we're doing for fun becomes a job, right? But speaking of games that games I would want to play for the sake of enjoyment, like you're going to see here, this is a Honkai Star Rail. So this is like that Genshin Impact vibe, and it's like a Genshin Impact meets a turn-based gacha game. This is coming out this year as well, and I really like the idea of it. I don't know, I'm curious, and Genshin Impact is actually a game I would have played if I had the time, but it's also one of those games where I like the story, I like the peaceful vibe, and I would have wanted to play just on my own while I'm chilling, relaxing, and maybe not anything related to creating content, but maybe like the One Piece game, if I do play that, and if I can figure out what's good to do regarding music or no music or copyrights or whatever, maybe I will play that. But I could see this Honkai Star Rail, I could see this becoming a main focus of this current YouTube channel, depending on how it goes and the interest and whatnot, and if I like it. But it is going to be like a turn-based gacha game, but still having... It looks like it still has a bit of that open world running around feel to it as well. I only saw a few gameplay videos, but it seems pretty darn interesting, to be honest. And speaking of interesting, this one I kind of click around some different spots here just to show. This is a game that reached out to me back in July to be on the beta. And at the time I was already talking to Eternal Evolution, and I knew I couldn't really handle another game. I was like, oh God, I can't. Like, your game looks beautiful, but I just can't handle another game right now, maybe in the future. And the more I've seen from some of this gameplay here, like, this is a little bit of a different style. I've never done any of these, like, what they call these what do they call these? I don't even remember. These strategy-based position games. I've never played anything like that before. I don't know that, I mean, it's like the positioning will influence the battle. That'll be okay. I'm okay with that. But overall, it's the vibe of this game that interests me. It's got that dark fantasy vibe like Raid Shadow Legends, and looking at the way they design their heroes, I really think this could appeal strongly to the Raid Shadow Legends community. I don't know a release date for this. It was supposed to be early to 2023, I believe, as well. So maybe this is something that I can actually check out for this channel too. Like maybe instead of Honkai Star Rail, I give this a shot when it goes global and see what it thinks. But it's not global yet, so I'd rather play it when everyone else can, to be honest. I maybe play before, but it's hard to get into it before global. But look at this, guys. The art is beautiful. It's just one of the many games that I think are really, really lovely that I wish I had time for. But I guess you might want to know my thoughts about playing past games like this one. Let's just let some commercials roll in the background here. I kind of want to wrap this up with, I'm probably going to play some new games. I might play some games I used to play. But Raid Shadow Legends, do I have interest in coming back to Raid as at this point? What am I doing with my account? What are my thoughts? How do I feel without Raid? Honestly, it's still feels great. And when I even see people playing Raid, I'm kind of like, ew. Which is sad to say. I don't want to say that because it is a good game and all. But is it like... I don't know, like the more I see it, it actually stresses me out when I see it, which is super silly, but it brings me back to the stressful feelings of the intense grind or feeling like, I know you don't have to obsessively grind. I know you can play games lightly and be free to play and blah, 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 blah. But the feeling, if I'm going to play a game, I want to play it fully and really, really, maximize the potential. I don't want to half-ass play a game. If I want to half-ass play a game, I would just play a game that's shorter time commitment, like I feel Eternal Evolution is. That's easier daily. So for me, Raid Shadow Legends just was overwhelming, and it still feels that way, even when I think about it. So I don't have any intention to come back to Raid ever, honestly. Like, I still have the feeling of it would take something really unique for me to consider coming back to Raid, and I would have to be playing no other games, or... there would have to be something interesting to where it was shorter time span. Like, I know forever ago, they kind of teased a little bit of a future game, like spin-off from Raid or something. But I don't know that I like the way that... I mean, I don't hate... like I said, I've said in the other videos when I quit, it's not that I hate the people that work for Plarium. Everyone we've talked to are wonderful. But the overall business is... too much. You can play other games that don't feel like they're trying to be slimy and nickel and dime it to such extremes and just force like it's like a forced FOMO feeling. I don't want to have that anymore. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that I'd want to play another Plarium game, honestly. I mean, at best for literally, I hope they don't, if you see this, sorry, not see this, but if I got offered a sponsorship, we'd have a laugh, we'd check it out, sure, why not? But I still have yet to get offered a Raid sponsorship, which I think is really funny because so many of the other content creators have actually done a Raid sponsorship, so that's entertaining. I have done Vikings and stuff as well, and I am always open, and I have heard, to be fair, I've heard some of their other games. I would think, I don't know if it was Mech Arena, but I've heard people talk about Mech Arena, and I think it was, not feeling nowhere near as... I don't know, greedy, pay to win 100% feeling that Raid Shadow Legends gave us. I think at the end of the day, I don't know. I think the combination of playing one game for 3 years, like on top of the fact of the company just pissing us off constantly, I don't see myself coming back to Raid. I don't. And when it comes to playing other games, like I want to keep my window open to playing other games. And I hope as a community, if you're still watching this, thank you, by the way. But I hope as a community, you understand that as content creators, sometimes we're going to take sponsorships that you're like, oh, really? Or sometimes we're just going to do like a physical, or like I did a physical product of Rogue Energy, which I really love that product, by the way. So that is not anything I regret. But I think the physical product thing just doesn't seem to work out well, unfortunately. Like I had a HelloFresh sponsorship and that really didn't go anywhere. The Rogue Energy thing didn't go anywhere, but I really love the product. And I'm probably going to have other sponsorships that might not be directly playing a game. I don't know. Like I've had some interesting offers for stuff, so stay tuned. I'm trying to be selective always about the stuff that I take when it comes to that. I'm trying to be selective about the games I play as well overall, whether it be a sponsorship or not. And I do want to mix in a little bit of enjoyment, extra enjoyment, on top of the business side, right? So luckily, if I have Eternal Evolution going really well, even if I start to feel meh about it and like other games more and more and more, at least, I mean, it's a great game. I've never felt the way I felt with Raid. At least that's my solid, busy, going well, successful channel, right? So I can take a risk with my main account, my main channel, I mean, my 11,000 subscriber channel. I could take a risk with that one, and I can play other games, I think, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay that I don't get 1,000 views on every video for Infinite Magicraid, but I get at least 2,000 on every video for Eternal Evolution. I'm okay with risking throwing in other games onto the channel as well. So we'll see. I just want to keep an open mind, and I want to have some fun. Here we go. This is the thought to end it on. How many people actually play like one game for 3 years straight? That's like a mobile game especially. How many people really do that? Isn't it more fun to play a game for a while? All right, cool. Oh wait, what's this new game? Ooh, I think I like this one better. Let's play this one instead. Like, isn't that more realistic? I think I want to try to be realistic. So I'm completely open to the fact that Infinite Magicraid is not my forever game. I'm sure it's not, honestly. It's probably not. And I'm also completely open to the fact that I could play any of these other games or other ones I've mentioned and like them better than any of the games I've played. Or maybe I just like them better because it's new and shiny. But that's realistic, right? That's what you guys do. That's what we all do. We like to try out new things, and I'm going to try to bring that to my channel as well. So thank you guys for watching. This was a bit of a long video, but I kind of wanted to have like a chat and just talk about the things I'm doing, what I'm up to, and my hopes for the future. And speaking of hopes for the future, if you guys know of certain games that are coming out that you think like you got to get in on this beta, you got to get on this whatever, the alpha betas before, or this game's going global, blah, 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 you have to check it out. I really think this could be something. I'm down to try like what people think could be the next big things as well, like because why not? Why not give it a shot? And as a business, I have to do that too. So sometimes I might check things out that I might not initially think of, but I also want to check out what you guys like. I want to know what my community enjoys. So always feel free to suggest games to me, even though most of the time I'm like, oh, I'm too busy to play another game right now, but maybe I can. If it's especially something that's coming out or that's new, like very new, that's beta, I'm even more down for that though. So I'll always keep an open mind and try to give some stuff a try if I'm in between games or like no free-to-play series, try another game instead, that sort of thing. But all right, I rambled too long. I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I still have wishes to post and reroll highlights from last week to post, so stay tuned.